I know you probably know it'll be on, but I want to just do a live stream just for the sake of getting a video out there that I wanted to talk about a couple things. One is that I want to just talk about a couple or three people who have families who have come here. Some of them because of my message. Some of them found me after they came here. So they got the message after they got here. God brought them here. One family came from Austin, Texas. And they were two brothers, and they heard my message and believed it. And one time I was at a musical meeting where we'd first met him, and the wife came up to me, Kim, and goes, she was so excited, her was just shining, and she came up and said, Cherrie, we're moving to the Ozark Plateau. And she said, I knew you'd be excited about that. And I said, yeah, I am. That's awesome. So, very cool. At one time at one of the meetings, it was one of the weirdest things that's ever happened in my life. She introduced me to her mother. I told this story before. I'm just going to recap it really quick. And her mother and I just connected. I mean, she was just awesome. We sat there and we talked, and eventually, not eventually, it seemed like a few minutes later, I looked up and nobody was there. Everybody was gone because we had a meeting, songs, music, worship, a message, and then dinner, potluck dinner, random blessing dinner. And she and I started talking, and when I looked up and everybody was gone. And one big, huge mountain of a man stood there for 20 minutes. Time he saw me, waiting to be introduced to her, and he never got the chance. He never butted in. Neither of us even knew he was there. Didn't even realize he was there. We were so caught up. One brother moved back he went down to Oklahoma, and she told me about that, and thought I'd be really upset, and I was happy because I said, he went down to be near good people. That's cool, not that far away. Went down to really good friends and lives near right by him so they can help each other. I said, maybe they'll bring a whole bunch of people up here. So, very exciting. Another one I want to do a shout out to, Simply Jan Homestead. They live about, less than 20 miles from me. I'd guess 15 miles maybe, max. They're not too far from my farm, family farm that we bought. And they came here also. They're one of the most interesting, I think the only one that's happened like this. When they got in touch with me, husband got in touch with Kevin and said we moved, on blah 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 road, and I was like, wow, that's really close to my farm. And sure enough, they were, and he came and visited me over here and brought eggs, and Jan sent eggs, and they had me over for dinner one time. It was just a real blessing. But they lived in Texas too. They moved up here from Texas, bought a homestead, bought a farm. They're developing, and they got a lot of things going on, and it's really a cool homestead and beautiful little place. And then they found me after they got here, so that was interesting. They're very providential, God brought them here, and then they found me after that. So another guy came from Austin, Texas too, and he called me and he said he'd read my book or something. He got in touch with me and he says, we got to get together. He said, your messages, and it was fascinating. He told me, he said, I could move back to Austin, Texas today and make 10,000 times more than what I'm making right now. He said, but I've never been able to bring myself to leave the Ozark Plateau. And after reading your writings, I know why. So he's another one who was brought here providentially by God. Had a very strong feeling about staying here, even though he could make 10,000 times more money. He was he was one of the top 15 IT people in Apple in the entire country. One of the top 15. I think he said top 10, but I'll say top 15. Top 10, top 15 Apple IT people in the entire country, in the entire United States. So, which would probably mean the entire world, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, another one that moved here and then found me. So that's very fascinating. So then another one I want to do a shout out to, and that is Cherries Mckinstry, Garden Girl. I talked about earlier on the thing, but I'm going to recopy her stuff to this video just because this video is just a shout out to her and Jan, Simply Jan Homestead and Cherries Mckinstry, Garden Girl. She's from PA, Pennsylvania, yeah. So she made it out here all by herself. She's going to homestead. I mean, she's going to succeed because she has drive, she has guts, she has balls, that a lot of men don't have, especially the one that came lately here that I talked about earlier. I'm not going to go over that again. She's got stick-to-itiveness. She's got sand in her craw. She's got, determination. perseverance, whatever you want to call it. I mean, when I realized what had happened with this other guy, I was like, holy crap! He had two burly, strong, tall guys with him. He still told me they did all of the loading. He was just packing. He didn't do any loading, no heavy lifting, nothing, no lifting at all, no boxes. He had a Tommy lift on his truck, for crying out loud, which is a hydraulic lift gate that, you know, goes down to the ground. Perfect ground. You can put a whole pallet on it with a skid loader. You put a 6,000 pound pallet on it, and it'll lift it up, and you can load it in. So, yeah, with all that help, and one guy was a lead driver. One of the brothers was a lead driver. One of them did all the map questing, all the mileage, leading. Rock didn't have to do anything on that, and yet he turned tail and went back to Denver. Very strange. Had the same opportunity Cherrie had, but turned it down. And she's on the video today. I noticed that she was on there with box stacker guy that needs help to get out of Portland, needs a place to go, and she said, I'm renting the trailer that Jerry talked about, and she's looking for land. She's going to find land. She's going to find it. She's going to buy it, and she's going to succeed. It's going to be awesome. So I'm very excited about that. And then it might have been worked out, maybe a little sooner or whatever. But if somebody had told me that they were here when they first got here, if they told me they were here when they first got here, like called me or something, I didn't even know they were here for probably maybe half an hour. I told Bill they weren't here more than 45 minutes. He goes, oh, they were here for a couple of hours, maybe an hour, over an hour. He said. I said, well, I didn't know, and he said, well, we had coffee and brownies on for him. Well, nobody told me. Nobody told me. Lack of communication. It's just providential. Weird timing and all that. When I see weird timing, like I just go, okay, God's doing something here. Now, whatever the problem is with Rock, he just needs to get over himself and realize, hey, I screwed up. And maybe he can come back. I don't know. Maybe there'll be a place for him, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe the bridge has been burned permanently. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, I would be really iffy to welcome him back because of what he said to me and whatnot. I could forgive him, but if he, I said, you can ask for forgiveness and repent here, but he just doubled down on stupid and kept hitting me harder and harder. I'm retarded because I had a stroke. I'm stupid. I'm mentally deficient because I had a stroke. Blah blah blah. Okay, so anyway, I could do the Einstein wood puzzle with my eyes closed. I just did it tonight. It's pretty impressive. Saying that. Just by the feel of the pieces, I can put it together. Look it up. Einstein wood puzzle. It spells Einstein. There's a whole bunch of other puzzles it does. You can make a cube, different things with it. But anyway, I don't think Rock could do that. Okay, so anyway, blah blah blah. So I want to talk about Cherrie a little bit more, and just I'm going to copy the videos I did on the other one. I looked through her channel and picked out the like 5 or 6 top view videos. But here's the thing that sticks in my craw. I forgot to look at Jan, so I apologize about that. I'm guessing Jan probably has maybe 1,000 viewers, 1,000 subscribers. I don't know. I'm going to check on it. I'll make that list in the comment section, the description below. Okay. But Cherrie has about 400 and less than 500 viewers. I know, subscribers. So I want to see that kicked up over 1,000. So spread the word. Get her out there. She does garden seed saving, and she's really big on that. She's really excellent at gardening. She's good with spinning. That's clothing and food that we're going to have. We gotta have greenhouses. I'll help her build a greenhouse if she wants. I'll help her with materials if she needs them. So, I think we're going to be working together good. We had some, disagreements at first, but oh well, big deal. She's an adult. I'm an adult. We're both big kids, and we could, kiss and make up and all that good stuff. Shake hands or whatever, hug, whatever you want to say, however you want to put it. Forgive and forget and all that good stuff. Water under the bridge. Don't cry over spilled milk and all that bullshit. So anyway, and I'm talking fast and everything, but I just wanted to get this up, short video, probably 15 minutes or so. Ooh, we're at 9 minutes already. Okay, I'll cut off at 15. Ain't nobody on. Oh, one person. Oh my gosh, no way. Oh, and by the way, everybody, if anybody watches this tomorrow or tonight, whenever it gets uploaded, I made a whole bunch of you moderators. So anybody that knows on have a regular schedule, if anybody's on here on a regular basis, I'm gonna make you moderator so you can keep it clean. Make sure who's out there. Say hi. 2. Hey. Say hello. Say good evening. Hello. Who's out there? Nope, they left. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so anyway, pasta lasagna. Hasta la vista, baby. So yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Cherrie and to Simply Jan. And if any other YouTubers out there local. We have a lot of local. Sunday I was being able to go to. My son was coming over to work on the skid loader, and I wanted to be here for that. But and it was a nasty rainy day. But there was a huge meetup in Texas County, and it was only, it was in I can't remember, something like Reno or something. I think it was Rona, I think Rona, Missouri, something like that. Northwest Texas County. This is Northwest Texas, something like that. Northwest Texas Center. I guess they kind of think they're really big on Texas, so the county's name is Texas. They just say Texas. It didn't say Texas County; it just said Northwest Texas Community Center. Right, whatever. I said before, Texas County is larger than the smallest state in the union. It's the largest county in Missouri, and it's larger than the smallest state in the country, Rhode Island. It's what I say, 1,200 square miles, 1,190 square miles. Big county. If you want to be remote, if you want to go hide out, that's a good county to do it in because it's big, and there's got to not be. The population is, I don't remember, 12,000 maybe. Cedar County is 450 square miles, and there's 15,000 people in Cedar County. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Texas County is maybe 20,000, so it's very sparsely populated. There's huge amounts of area there. I want to get over there and look around, meet some people over there. And every, I think monthly or weekly, Travis on Prepared Homestead, maybe it was our Prepared Homestead, I'm not sure of the channel, but dark hair guy, beard guy, he's got a lot, really good, he's a good IT guy, he's a good social media guy, he's big on, he's on Instagram, all the social media, and he has a huge website, My Mighty website or something like that, My Mighty channel site or something like that. He says, join My Mighty Network, My Mighty Network, tongue twisting. So anyway, look him up because he does a meetup on a regular basis, a live stream, I think, with real estate agents and people wanting to get here. So that's a huge resource. I haven't been able to get on it yet. I haven't found it yet, but I'm going to do that. Okay, well, that's it. I'm going to say goodbye because it's 12 minutes and 26 seconds. So I want to give a shout out to two new, not new, but fairly new, newer than me, YouTube channels. And just get them boosted. Get Simply Jan's subscriber list up there, and Cherries Mckinstry, get her up there. Kick her over 1,000 in the next week or two, please. Spread the word. Share it on social media and stuff, and you know what you got to do. Give her videos thumbs up. She was my most hearted comment on my channel for over a period of years. That she stuck with me for a long time. She listened to my videos. Obviously, she believed in what I was saying because she's here. I can walk over and knock on her door in about 3 minutes. She's right here on the property, and been a blessing to everybody here, and she's going to be a huge help to some people. Her heart is there. Her heart is to buy land, to find a place and buy it, and she has the capability to do it. That's the thing. And that's the sad thing. The really sad thing about what happened with Rock was because he didn't give it a chance. And she was the first one that said, Jerry, what happened to those people that were here? They left suddenly. She said, where'd those people go that were here? She was interested in them. She wanted to know what was going on. She could see there are tons of stuff. Oh my gosh, it's a wealth of stuff. She could have really used that stuff on her homestead, and they could have been working together. So that's very sad that it happened. And I can't say it's my fault. It was just timing and stupidity and lack of communication on different parts. So when they got it, they didn't call me. They didn't come up and knock on the door or nothing. Rock knew right where I was. So he's watched enough of my videos. So anyway, it's just weird, very strange, and I'm just scratching my head over it and just sad, not terribly sad, but saddened by the stupidity of the whole thing. Just absolute utter stupidity of the whole thing. How it happened and why it happened. I've been harping on communication for a long time. I have walkie-talkies. I got one right here. Right here. There's one in the cabin. Anybody in the cabin could have said, hey, visitors are here. But nobody wants to use this thing, They're simple. You turn them on. Power on. What? Think I could have heard that? Yeah, that would have woken me up. 10, 16 channels. Please change battery. 5, 1. Please change battery. I'll say it here in a minute again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1 through 16. You turn it on, you push the button, and you talk. I could have known they were here. Maybe if they were here for an hour before I got out there. Please change battery. Oh shoot, I don't like to hear that. Only problem with having fire laying around the trailer is when they start saying that, it's very ear to find it, and it's very hard to find it. Oh, is it that one? Is it that one? I got to hold it right to my ear and see which one it is. So I don't want that growing. I got to plug it in. Yeah, I got a charger over there. I'll plug it in when we get off here. So anyway, yeah, just lack of communication is going to burn a lot of people, and I think it burned Rock. That's so unfortunate that nobody contacted me that they were here, and that they didn't, bother to introduce them, be introduced to anybody. I mean, that's just mind-boggling. I'm not gonna say unbelievable. Mind-boggling. There's a good word. Mind-boggling. MB, like BP, bad physics. BP. MB, mind-boggling. I mean, SAF, stupid as, There's another one. I don't know. I had a couple with another one though. DF. Dumb there. All right, so it's just sad that it happened. Why you would pack up and come out here and then go back without even unloading anything. Well, they told me they were going to go get a store unit in Stockton. Gee, that would have given them time to meet people, but I don't know. Anyway, done deal. I'm not on here to talk about that. I was on here to talk about Cherries Mckinstry and Simply Jan's Homestead. So look them up, subscribe to them, please. Boost their channel, comment on their videos. Cherry's done quite a few videos since she's been here. Cooking on the wood stove and whatnot. The same stove I've got in the other Airstream, the Outfitter wood stove. So cool stoves. I love them. Really good, and there's a lot of capability. Like I said, she took one of the first videos I saw. Latest video, she took an electric. I want to see how this. I don't know how it turned out because she hasn't uploaded another video yet. But an electric toaster oven, like a Cuisinart Oster, and gonna strip it and clean it up, and then use it as a stovetop oven. Should be really cool. Just take that bottom out and put it on the stove, and it should work. It should work really good. So I hope she finishes it out. They had to strip all the wiring out of it too. I think she knew that. And anything plastic, she was cutting off of it, taking the knobs off, and scratching the plastic off. That was probably break the plastic off. It was made to look like it was metal, but it was just, she saw that it was just veneered, that spray-on silver stuff that looks like metal over plastic. So anyway, I'm sure interested to see how that turns out, because that is a phenomenal, excellent, ingenious use, repurposing of something. That was one of my mantras that I always about tell. Everything can have two purposes. There are two purposes for everything. I want to make chiasms out of all these little couplets out of everything, so you can remember these things. But yeah, everything can have two purposes. There's two reasons for everything. So that's an excellent one. Okay, that's it. Goodbye. It is 18 minutes and less than 20 minutes, so goodbye. Nobody's on anyway, so hasta la vista, baby. Remember, this is from Terminator 2. This is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you are the remnant. Yeah, this is John Connor. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance. Well, this is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you are the remnant. And the other thing is, there is no fate but what we make ourselves. So we can change the future, people. We can change the future. If we work together, love one another, we can change the future. If we can grow our own food, build our own houses, we'll make it. So one last comment. Look up fifth generation warfare. We are being warred upon. We have been for decades. And the only way to win fifth generation warfare is to not fight. If we don't fight, we'll win. And by not fighting, it just means to survive. Build your own home. What does it say in Jeremiah 10:29? Build ye your own homes. Grow your own gardens. Take wives for your sons and give your daughters as wives to husbands. That's how you win. That's how you win fifth generation warfare. Because Israel had been invaded, Judah had been invaded and taken into captivity, and that was the message. That was the message. That's how to win fifth generation warfare. That's a biblical statement of how to win fifth generation warfare, because they had been warred upon, they had been taken captivity, and the way to win is to not fight. God told them, don't fight. Well, what did King Zedekiah do? He ran off and tried to make a league with Pharaoh in Egypt to fight Babylon. Because of that, all of his sons were killed in front of his eyes, and he was blinded after Nebuchadnezzar killed every single one of his sons and blinded him after killing him. So there was the end of the scepter in Judah. The scepter shall not be far from Judah, but nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come unto him shall the gathering departed from Judah right there. So that prophecy failed, if that's how you believe history. Well, I don't believe history that way. I believe biblical history. I believe God's history. Zedekiah had a daughter, Tetefi. Jeremiah took her to Ireland. She married into her own tribe, according to the law of Moses. There's 5 daughters of Zelophehad. Their father died, and they were going to lose everything. And they went to Moses and said, hey, we don't think this is fair. Moses said, no, it's not fair. If you will marry your father's brother's sons, they did. Every single one names their names and who they married. If you will marry your father's brother's sons, you can inherit everything your father had. So they did. They split it up 5 ways instead of just losing everything. So Tetefi went to Ireland. She was the daughter of Zedekiah, who was from the line of Perez. Well, the twin son, the red scarlet cord son, Zerah, was not given the right to rule, even though he was the firstborn. He was the first one that broke the matrix of the womb. He got the scarlet thread tied around him, and the midwife prophesied upon him, this breach be upon thee. When Perez came, not him, but Perez, this breach be upon thee. There's going to be a breach between Perez and Zerah. Well, Zerah's kids, one went overland to Scotland, one went by sea to Ireland. 586 BC, no, shortly after Judah and Tamar, yeah. So let's call it 1500 BC, something like that. Well, 1,000 years later, poof, Tetefi shows up, marries back into her own tribe. She is from the tribe of the lineage of Perez, and she marries the man who was of the lineage of Zerah. Boom, the breach was healed. So the prophecy was a prophecy that there would be a breach, but it was also a prophecy holding out hope that there would be a healing to that breach, and there was in Ireland. So, hallelujah. Very fascinating. God can do anything he wants. He has this whole thing planned out, and it may work out like nobody's ever seen, nobody's even imagined. All the temples and altars and red calves and all the other crap that goes on and the people think is going to happen. All the Antichrist stuff and everything. God may do something that nobody can even have foreseen. I believe that's exactly the case. Mark my words. All right. Good night. God bless. This is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you are the remnant. Hey, somebody's on again. You stay there? Say anything? Are you half asleep out there? Are you awake? All right. I made moderators for a bunch of people, so if there's any problem and I'm talking and somebody gets on there with some nasty comment, just delete their ass or put them in timeout or whatever. Remove it. You can do it. Okay, bye-bye. Good night, everybody. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.